It's a good thing, I think, for the sport. We need to, I think it's a nice fresh start for everyone, and it's exciting for everyone with the new regulations. With the slick tyres, I like it. It suits my driving style, I think, and it feels like a much better tyre. I don't think the compounds are that different, but because it's not a groove and it's a slick, the tyre is 2.5 seconds quicker, and it's easier to predict. So it's a proper racing tyre, and I think every driver's enjoyed using it in the winter testing. Well, I think it's the idea of changing the aerodynamics is a good thing. Hopefully the racing will be a lot closer with the bigger front wing and the smaller rear and a few other things that we have going on aerodynamically. So I'm hoping we can race better. We can race closer together. You'll be seeing a lot more overtaking manoeuvres. I'm hoping that's the case. I don't know yet. I haven't actually been out in a test and tried to overtake anyone yet. But this year's car, as soon as I jumped in it, I thought, wow, this is a good base. And my first 5-lap run, I was 0.6 quicker than anyone, I think. So it was a very good base, and which is what we needed. We couldn't arrive at this testing, the last 2 tests, with a car that needed a lot of work doing to it, because we didn't have the time. So as a team, I think we're very good at building a car, getting the setup right before we even turn a wheel, and that's what we did, and all credit to the team. Well, the pre-season testing for us, which has only been 7 days, is all been about reliability, really. We have done setup work, but the first few days that I drove was all about the reliability, and making sure that we've got a reliable car when we get to Melbourne. And we're in good shape, and I think we are reliability-wise, and we had a few little issues, but nothing too major. But when it came to the last day of testing, it was like, guys, let's do some setup work and let's make it a bit more personal to each driver. So we did, and it's a good car because it reacts to changes very well. And even though I've only been in the car for 3 days, I feel that I've made it my own, and I'm confident going to Melbourne. Well, the Friday of the Grand Prix is always very important, and going to Melbourne, it's no different. We've got 3 hours of running. Hopefully we're going to be doing as much as we can, because Friday is free for engines. You obviously have a limited amount of tyres, but we'll be doing as many laps as possible, make sure everything's running correctly, which I'm sure it will be, and then just fine-tuning the car and making, as I said, a little bit more personal to each driver, because Rubens and myself obviously drive differently. We have our own settings that we've already started working on, but we need to improve them a bit further. Well, Rubens has been my teammate for 3 years already. This is my 4th season with Rubens. We spent a lot of time together, and we've been very competitive teammates, and that's always good. He obviously came from Ferrari with a lot of experience and a lot of wins under his belt. So yeah, we're both experienced, and both experienced with this team. And I think because it is a new start for this team, and a lot has changed within the team. It's good to have people that have experience, and for us it's also exciting because it is like a fresh start, and it's like being 20 again, coming into Formula 1, but with 9 years experience, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I just can't wait to get to Melbourne, and I think Rubens is a good teammate to have. One, because he's very experienced, and 2, because he's very dedicated, and he's going to push me very hard. So, and that's what you need. Well, I've had a lot of time on my hands, so I've been doing a lot of training this winter. Some because of obviously trying to be as fit as I can for racing, but also to take my mind off many things. So I've been doing a lot of training this winter, same as before, really, in the way of swimming, cycling, and running, but a lot of core stability work and a lot of shoulder work as well, because we obviously haven't been testing this winter, so I needed to make sure that I had the strength coming into the start of the season, and then obviously I had to slim myself down to be a certain weight, but I needed to get the strength there before I started slimming down.